I hate to admit it, but there's no secret sauce and there is no secret formula. The difference between the person you are today and the person you want to be is simply the things you do and don't do on a daily basis.
One step 달려와줘 like a lila 말 사랑한다고 가져왔던.
Hello beautiful people, welcome to Bomb Kiss TV. For those of you that are new here, my name is Morgan and today I will be giving you my top 5 tips on how to actually glow up fast. I feel like a lot of content on social media portrays a glow up as how much money you spend or maybe how much money you have, and that's just simply not true. I feel like it's like a false sense of a glow up or success. A lot of people think of a glow up as like save money, lose 50 pounds, start a business. It's just like, okay, but how? Right? I'm gonna give you, like I said, 5 realistic, simple tips that will help you, and you will see a difference in anywhere from 4 to 7 days by using these 5 tips I'm gonna give you today. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way YouTube notifies you whenever I post a new video or go live or anything of that nature. I also post a lot in my community tab, so make sure you are up to date and subscribe. Before we get into today's video, I did want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Domiso Hair. They sent over this beautiful like highlighted honey brown wig, and we threw some face framing layers and we installed her, and she is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited to wear this. I'm on my way to work, but I was like, you know what, I have to film this video. So thank you again to Domiso Hair for sponsoring this. If you guys are interested in this unit, I'll have all the specs and the direct link to this wig in the description box below. You guys are going to be installing this wig with me while we go over our 5 simple tips on how to glow up fast. No matter where you are in your self-care journey, these 5 tips that I'm going to give you today, you are guaranteed to see results within 4 to 7 days, mentally as well as physically. If that sounds like something interesting to you, then let's get into the video. This is how the wig came, just showing y'all the natural state. Now let's get into tip number 1. Tip number 1, you want to focus on physical health daily. One of the ways you can focus on physical health daily is to make sure you have a well-balanced nutritional diet. You want to make sure your body's getting the things that you need. And another way you can focus on physical health daily is by establishing a weekly exercise routine that focuses on cardio and strength training. So for me, for example, as far as my diet, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, my diet is not perfect, but I feel like for the most part, I have a balanced diet. So I've tried like vegetarian, I've tried vegan. They didn't really work out for me. So I just focus on having, like I said, a well-balanced diet. I still eat meat, but I try and focus on, you know, getting enough fruits and vegetables. I juice a lot to make sure my body's getting what it needs. And then I also intake supplements daily. Sometimes I slack off, but overall, I take my vitamins, I juice, and make sure, like I said, I just have like a well-rounded diet. I feel like when you eat nothing but junk food, it kind of clogs your brain, and studies show that it can aid to like depression, anxiety, and things like that. Now, I'm not saying that stop eating McDonald's and all your problems are solved, but I do feel like step 1 to glowing up and glowing up fast is, like I said, focusing on physical health daily. Tip number 2 would be to invest into your skincare and grooming. So you want to get into some type of morning and evening skincare routine. It doesn't have to be super complex or like a 10-step routine. It just needs to be something that you do consistently. And this could look different for you depending on the needs of your skin and your body. But you do want to get in the habit of investing into these things. Not necessarily just money, but time as well. Time is like the biggest investment that you can make. And I feel like when you invest in your skincare and your grooming, it aids in your overall mental well-being. It aids in how you set the tone for your day or night. And I just feel like it's one of the best tips I can give you is to invest in your skincare and grooming. You also want to practice good hygiene. And like I said, this will help with not only your physical but as well as your mental. When you're taking care of yourself and you're practicing these things, I feel like that is the true glow up. Like I said, it's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good on the inside. I feel like the only way to actually glow up is from inside out. So of course your skincare and your grooming has to be a priority. You don't have to go out and buy hundreds of thousands of dollars of products in order to have good skincare and hygiene and grooming practices, but I do feel like you have to set that time aside and actually focus on it. Some of the ways that I practice and focus on my skincare is by making sure I'm hydrating, double cleansing. If I don't like a product and I feel like it's not sitting well with my skin, I'll try new products and things of that nature. I also make sure in the morning and the evening I'm setting aside time to actually be in the moment and be present with my shower, not just rush it. I really try and bathe myself completely, try and moisturize myself completely, and make sure that I'm just taking that extra step and focusing on my skin and grooming and hygiene. I feel like it sets the tone for my evening, it sets the tone for my morning if it's morning time, but just taking that time to pour into my skin and hygiene is a game changer when you are trying to glow up and glow up fast. That may look different for everyone. So for some of you, you already have a skincare routine, but you're not so much big on the hygiene portion. I promise you, pay attention to stepping up your hygiene and focusing and being present in the moment when you are caring for yourself. Now, as far as the skincare for everyone, it looks a little different. Like I said, now me personally, my mom and my dad both have great skin. I do have blemishes. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation, and then of course I have puffiness and stuff. But I feel like if you have acne or if you have hyperpigmentation or whatever it is, I don't know if you go see a dermatologist or maybe you just know your skin, but either way, there is an affordable product out there for you that will help correct whatever that issue is that you're not really comfortable with. I feel like the skin issues can cause a lot of lack of confidence when it comes to someone wanting to glow up, and when you put the effort towards correcting those issues, you feel better. You can tell the difference. You walk in the room and you're not really hiding your face. You walk in the room with your chin up and your chest out and you feel more confident because you know you're doing what it takes at home to make sure that you look and feel good. Now, the third tip I'm going to give you is super important. I feel like all of these tips are important, but this third one honestly is like one of the most important things. Prioritize mental health. So you want to essentially establish a healthy coping mechanism, because at the end of the day, we all have things that are going on in our lives that, you know, if we could, we would probably change, but you can't control every single thing. There's going to be things that irritate you. There's going to be people that irritate you, you know, at your job, at home, family, friends. Some things are just kind of inevitable, and I think it's very important when I say focus on mental health, prioritize mental health, that you find a good coping mechanism. You cannot control every aspect of your life. I'm sorry. You can control a lot of things, but you cannot control every single aspect of your life. So I feel like it's very important that you find a healthy coping mechanism, such as journaling, talking to a friend, even seeking professional therapy to help you kind of work through those issues to make sure you're not flying off the handlebars. And I speak from experience because it's something that I'm still working on to this day. Like, the self-development journey is not an overnight thing, and no matter where you are in your journey, you can always do better. I handle things a lot better now than I did a year, 2, 3 years ago, but I still handle things sometimes not the best. So I feel like this is one of those things, focusing on your mental health is just going to be a continuous learning curve 24/7. You're always going to find better ways to focus on your mental health. But I feel like prioritizing a coping mechanism is one of the top ways you can make sure you're staying in the right mental space when things do come your way that you may not be very fond of. A few ways that I have found as healthy coping mechanisms that help me through my hard times would be journaling. I used to be into art, but that's something I kind of want to get back into, but I know at one point that was a healthy coping mechanism for me. But right now, journaling, venting, cleaning, those type of things are very therapeutic to me and help me deal with issues a little better. But like I said, that coping mechanism will look different for everyone. But it's very important that you explore those mechanisms and adapt one so that you have a go-to whenever you're feeling yourself getting worked up, or, you know, we all deal with things differently, but I feel like at some point, no matter who you are uncomfortable, you are sad, and you are going through a period where you're like, you know what, F everything. But you have to have that one thing that you do, or even 2 or 3 things that you do to get you back balanced, because like I said, you can't control everything. Okay, and then we've got our wig secured, so it's almost time to style. Tip number 4, dedicate time to learning and growth, okay? So this tip is huge, okay? A lot of people write down their goals and plans and things they want to do within a time frame of a year. They have no idea how they're going to accomplish that goal. They're like, oh, I want to save $20,000 by the end of 2024, but how are you going to do that? How? If your job only pays you X amount of dollars, which is not enough to save $20,000 by the end of this year, you know you're capable of doing it because it's something that you want to do. You have to be very specific and write down a detailed to-do list of things that you need to do to accomplish each goal. Writing down or doing your vision board and putting, I want to travel, I want to save $20,000, I want to eat better, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, but how are you going to obtain each and every part of that vision board or goal list? You know what I'm saying? Each thing that you want to do, I guarantee you, there's at least 10 to 20 steps that you need to take in order to obtain that one thing. So if you want to save $10,000, you have to get a side job, you have to start eating out less, and you have to do this, right? Those are those 3 things. In order to start eating out less, you need to make sure that you're having enough food at home and spending your money wisely whenever you go grocery shopping to make sure that you're eating at home and not just running out to go grab some BS. There's things that you have to do under each goal. You have to have a detailed to-do list. Check them off to make sure that the goal that you're trying to get is actually attainable. I feel like a lot of times, like I said, we just write down, I want to do this, I want to lose 2 pounds, 10 pounds. But then you do the same things that you've been doing all last year and you wonder why you're not losing 10 pounds. Honey, did you create a workout plan? Did you tweak your diet? Did you drink less soda or no soda at all? Did you go walking every morning? Like, did you do the things it takes to lose the 10 pounds? Or did you just write it down and think that you're miraculously gonna, oh, I'm just gonna lose 10 pounds? Like, you have to be very specific and dedicate the time to the growth, okay? That essentially, that to-do list and all that stuff, all that is you growing. You have to dedicate the time to do the growing. Another thing, this tip was about learning and growth. I covered the growing, now let's cover the learning. You have to dedicate time to engage in content that is going to help you in your growth journey, okay? For example, this video. This may be what you're doing to dedicate time to learning how to have some self-development this year. I'm not sure, you know, but I feel like that is a huge one. You have to dedicate the time to learn about whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish or obtain. Like if you want to start, let's say you want to start traveling and become a travel assistant or a travel agent, and you want to sell e-course to people on how to travel. You might want to start educating yourself on how to become a travel agent, the best websites to find hacks. You might want to read a book, you might want to watch a video, all different ways and avenues on how you can always be a student to the game. Whatever it is you're trying to obtain, you have to learn about those things. I recently started reading the book 48 Laws of Power, and I read that because I'm not gonna lie, I want to learn how to navigate through this world, right? I'm gonna learn how to be a boss, I want to learn how to read other people better, I want to learn just, I don't know, I want to really get into my like self bag. So I've been taking time to educate myself. I also read Feeding the Soul by Tabitha Brown, another book about basically self-development in her journey. That's something that I want to educate other people on. So I feel like I have to start by making sure I dedicate the time to educate myself, okay? I can only put out and give you guys what I know. If I don't know shit, I can't tell y'all shit. I have to like learn the material myself and live it and master it in order to be able to pass it on to whoever is supposed to hear it. So you're hearing this video right now either because you've already been following me and you absolutely love me and you watch everything I post, thank you, or you're watching this video right now because you're looking up how to glow up fast. You're already putting yourself in a position to learn and work on your self-development and become a better version of yourself, which I feel like that's something all of us kind of crave, whether we realize it or not, is to become a better version of ourselves. I feel like it's very easy to get caught up, and especially nowadays with social media, it's easy to get caught up in just kind of looking at things just for entertainment and not realizing that everything counts. No matter what you engage in, it's either helping you or hurting you. So I feel like if you're going to engage in something, it should probably be something that's going to help you accomplish something that you're wanting to do. So I mean, it could be something random. Maybe you want to start doing cookbook series or something like that, or maybe you want to start a YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Everyone has their own wants and needs, and I feel like you have to dedicate yourself to be sharpening your brain at all times and learning new things. It doesn't have to be reading a book. It could be going to a pottery class. It could be joining a Pilates class. It could be buying some canvases and painting at home. I mean, there's all different ways. It could be listening to audiobooks. It could be following certain channels on YouTube that aid in your development, which I can leave a few of the ones that I watch in the description box below if you guys are interested, because I do watch and subscribe to a lot of self-development channels. And yeah, I feel like that's very important. You have to be okay with constantly learning, for one, because when you're learning, you're exercising your muscles of the brain, which is like the heart of the body for real. So yeah. So making sure that you are focusing on not only your growth, but your learning as well is seriously going to be a game changer when it comes to your self-development journey. Notice I said journey. This isn't overnight, but this is fast, okay? This is very fast. It may not be overnight, but over a few nights, you'll see the difference. So tip number 5, and last but not least, you want to focus on positive and supportive relationships. I know, sounds cliche, but super duper important, okay? So it's very important that you surround yourself with positive and supportive people, okay? We've all had those times where you felt like the people around you weren't very supportive, or maybe you held them to a pedestal because of you guys' history and you expected them to be more supportive. But at the end of the day, everyone's going through their own journey. I'm not giving excuses as to why the people you thought would support you aren't, but you just have to understand that everyone's going through their own journey, and it's not for you to dictate who should and who shouldn't. It's for you to take it for what it is and analyze whether or not that person is aiding to your overall goal, okay? So I'm not saying every friendship has to be transactional. I'm not saying that, but I do believe that we should surround ourselves with people who are, 1, positive, and 2, supportive. If you're trying to do things through life and you're trying to learn and you're trying to better yourself, and the people around you aren't clapping for you or encouraging you to do these things, then it could get kind of lonely and kind of weird. You know, if you tell them like, hey, I just did this, and they're like, oh, that's not very supportive of them. A true friend would be happy for you that you're accomplishing some things or deciding to do better and things of that nature, and they would encourage you like, oh my gosh, you're so good, I'm happy for you, you know, just show you some love, okay? It doesn't have to be your best friend, it can be family, and a lot of times it's strangers. The most support and love I've received is been from strangers. Now, obviously, my mom and some of my family is supportive, but overall, my mom's only one person, you feel me? As far as like genuine love and support, it has been from strangers, okay? These are people that I do not know. A lot of these people that I have not met in person have supported me and encouraged me throughout my self-development journey the absolute most. So it's very important that you surround yourself with those kind of people. And I'm not one of those people that focuses on like having besties and relationships in real life. That's just not the season that I'm in right now. But if I am venturing out or having conversation with someone, or, you know what I'm saying, entertaining anything, it's someone who's supportive and positive, and they don't have to be on the exact same journey as you. They just need to be, like I said, have a positive outlook on life, be optimistic, and be overall supportive of your journey, you know? Everyone needs support no matter what. Other part of maintaining positive relationships is limiting how much negativity you intake on a daily basis. So this could be the music you're listening to. This could be the accounts you're following on social media. This could be the conversations you engage in your downtime. This could be, I don't know, the people that you're around. There's all different ways that your body can absorb energy. And if you are on an app, let's say a social media app, Instagram for example, and all you follow is like pages about drama, you are, whether you realize it or not, partaking in super negative energy, okay? And if I were you, I would kind of go through things that you're intaking. For example, I listen to a lot of jazz music. I started this at the end of last year, but when I'm at home, I play, like, I Google literally relaxing jazz music or relaxing lofi music or relaxing cafe music, stuff like that. And it'll be like a fireplace on the screen, and it'll just kind of bring a calm, serene type energy to my home instead of playing like NBA YoungBoy on the screen or anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm an adult entertainer. I still engage in things that are not so positive. I still listen to my favorite rappers, Young Thug and all that stuff, but on a daily basis, I'm not listening to that crap. I'm listening to things that are going to be peaceful and calm. And if you scroll through my content, you know I'm not BSing. Like, you're not gonna scroll through my stuff and hear a bunch of raw BS, because I don't want that type of energy, okay? I just don't. I used to engage in like gossip and stuff like that, but I noticed that I got a lot more done on my to-do list, and I got a lot more further in my self-development journey whenever I stopped gossiping, okay? So gossip is honestly just negative, and it's just, I don't know, it's very low vibrational, and you're talking about someone while someone else is on their self-development journey. Stop talking shit, worry about yourself, and work on yourself, okay? So yeah, once you limit how much negativity you intake on a daily basis, I promise you, like, I hate to be extreme, but I don't even watch scary movies anymore. I don't want to feel frightened. I don't want to feel scared. I don't want to feel anxiety. I don't do that. I watch my comfort shows. I watch new things too, but I don't partake in anything that's going to make me feel like not good in a sense, or like worked up or anxious and stuff like that. I don't want to partake in activities like that. I will still watch Like Mike. I'll watch Disney. Now, I'd be lying if I told y'all I didn't watch baddies, because I do. Okay, that's once a week though. I'm not perfect. Okay, cut me some slack here. But on a daily basis, I am watching YouTube vlogs. I'm watching encouraging content and things of that nature to make sure that I'm not intaking too much negativity throughout my day, because then guess what? I'm just going to be irritated. If I'm getting on someone's live on Facebook and she talking about pulling up at the park and fighting so-and-so, I'm going to be on that type of time too. And then I'm going to be irritated because I'm watching her and she irritated. But if I'm watching or reading something that's relaxing and someone's making their tea, they're getting ready for the day and they're taking their time, then that's kind of the energy that I will feel when I go through my day, because that's the energy I allowed in my aura, if that makes sense. So yeah, limit how much negativity you intake always. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I did both sides. I cut off some baby hairs and did that, but this is the final look. She is giving, absolutely giving. I love this little all to the side Hollywood look. Super cute, super cute. I love the color and the little peekaboo from underneath. The dark and light is so freaking sexy, okay? But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys can take these tips and incorporate them into your everyday life. I guarantee you, if you practice these tips within 7 days, you will see a difference in your overall mental and physical well-being. These are tips, like I said, for you to glow up fast and just always remain a student of the game, okay? Always be teachable, always be coachable, and always be willing to learn and advance in your self-development journey. I've been on mine, I feel like, literally for ages, and there is no done. There's no such thing as done. But if you are interested in taking small steps to bettering yourself, then this was the video for you, and hopefully you found value in this video. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And do not forget, it is never too late to glow up, okay? It's never too late. You are worth the change. You are worth the transition. Just focus and decide, you know what? Enough's enough. I want to make these changes. Like, life's a movie. You're the director. You're the main character. You're all that. Like, you're in charge. You can do anything if you set your mind to it, okay? It doesn't have to be this deep ass, like, oh my God, I'm going to do this. It doesn't have to be super deep, okay? It can be simple changes. These are simple. These 5 tips I gave you today are very simple, okay? Now, they may get deep, but on the surface, they're simple. Now, I do want the comment section of this video to be a little bit different. So if you have any tips of ways that you have like discovered as far as healthy coping mechanisms, drop them down below. If you figured out ways to learn or grow, or if you know of any other self-development channels, then make sure you drop that information down below as well. I wish that, you know what, if you are 30 or above, drop your self-development tips in the comment section below, okay? 30 or above. I'm not saying if you're not 30 you don't know nothing. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I want the wise to speak up, okay? I want this comment section to be filled with nothing but advice and tips and tricks and things like that when it comes to your self-development. It could be any topic. It could be a very broad range of advice, okay? Just drop some comments as far as, hey, I do this for this, or if you're in this type of situation, then don't worry, do this type of thing, okay? Let's get this comment section all advice. That would be absolutely awesome, so that people clicking on this video can scroll through the comments and absorb all that knowledge, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you to Domiso Hair for sponsoring today's video. This dedicated video was honestly so fun to film. I had so much fun installing this. I'm on my way to work, so this is absolutely perfect for me to get all glammed up before the evening starts. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.